Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the new Moto E6 for Metro by T-Mobile. So let's get started. Follow me on Instagram at KevinBreezeTV. Please join the Kevin Breeze Tech community on Facebook to chat about budget smartphones, ask questions, and help others. Now I'm trying out a new video recording style with a whiteboard in the background. This is just the whiteboard that I happen to have here at my office, but eventually what I want to do is get a massive whiteboard that pretty much takes up the entire wall here so that I can write everything a lot bigger, because I'm sure it's kind of hard to read the text that I've written here because it is pretty small. But let me know what you think of the idea of me making whiteboard videos when I talk about different devices, whether it's for news videos or demonstration videos. I just want to know your thoughts about that. It's been a very exciting summer so far at Metro by T-Mobile. They've launched a bunch of new devices, one after another, and you can see that I've already been pretty busy doing quite a bit of shopping over at Metro. I've been building up a nice collection of Metro by T-Mobile bags, but recently I picked up the Samsung Galaxy A20, which has been a really great device. And as soon as I'm able to, I'm going to be going over to my local Metro by T-Mobile store and picking up the Moto E6. So this video is meant to be a sort of preview to the device, as I'm sure many of you are very excited about it, because there has been a bit of hype building up over time, especially since the Moto E5 was such a success. Now, the good news is that the launch of the Moto E6 is right around the corner. It's going to be launching on August 26th, which is a Monday, and that's in nearly a week from now, so it's coming up very soon. Now this certainly is going to be an entry-level phone at Metro by T-Mobile. It's going to be featuring a 5.45-inch display, coming in at 720p with an 18:9 aspect ratio. Now if you're not a fan of notches, you're definitely going to like the Moto E6 because it does not have a notch. It does have a chin on both the top and bottom, but I'm definitely happy to see that it does at least have an 18:9 aspect ratio, because that's going to make the device a lot better for consuming content, whether that's videos or going on social media or browsing the web. It's also the direction that smartphones seem to be going nowadays, as 16:9 is a bit out of date. Now we're getting a single camera on the front and rear for the Moto E6. We're getting a 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and then on the back we're getting a 13 megapixel camera. Now what's interesting is that the LG Stylo 5 actually has the same amount of megapixels for the front and rear cameras, as this device also has a 5 megapixel front-facing camera and 13 on the rear. So even though the Moto E6 is meant to slot lower than the LG Stylo 5, which has actually been a pretty big hit so far at Metro, it has the same amount of megapixels on the front and rear cameras. Now powering the Moto E6 for Metro by T-Mobile is going to be the Qualcomm Snapdragon 435 processor. I really wish it was the Snapdragon 450 instead, which is the processor that powers the LG Stylo 5. But I understand that since the Moto E6 is supposed to be more of an entry-level phone for Metro, they do have to make some compromises, and I guess they did that compromise in the form of the processor. But I'm definitely interested to do an Antutu benchmark as soon as I get the phone, and of course I'll do a lot of real-world testing with it too, to see if the Snapdragon 435 can actually deliver some decent performance. Now the device does feature 2 gigabytes of RAM, and I know many of you here in 2019 are ready to put 2 gigabytes of RAM in the past. So it does have 2 gigs of RAM. We'll have to see how that impacts performance of the phone. But knowing Motorola, they typically do a really good job at optimizing their devices because they run mostly a stock build of Android. So even though it does have 2 gigs of RAM, when I really wish it had at least 3 or 4, it's possible that we're still going to get smooth performance with the phone. The device features 16 gigabytes of internal storage, another thing that's not overly impressive, but you do get micro SD card expansion, and the device features a pretty big 3000 milliamp hour internal battery. So always nice to see a very beefy battery with a budget device. Now as far as pricing goes, the retail price for the Moto E6 at Metro by T-Mobile is going to be $149.99. Now the good news is that pretty much nobody is actually going to be paying the retail price, and that's because Metro has some really sweet promotions going on throughout the summer. So if you're an existing Metro customer and you want to upgrade to the Moto E6, then all you have to do is pay $59.99, plus tax of course. And what's awesome is that if you're creating a new line or if you're porting in from another carrier, you can get the Moto E6 for free. Now, it's definitely great to see that you can get this phone for free with a new line, but for those of you that are porting in, you can get better devices at Metro for free as well, such as the Galaxy A20, because right now with the current deals, you can get the A20 for free with porting into Metro. So since the A20 is a lot better than the Moto E6, which I'll definitely be doing a video comparison of this device and that device, there's no reason to go for the E6 because you can get either the Galaxy A20 or LG Stylo 5 for free as well if you port in. Unless for some reason you really need to get the Moto E6, then go ahead and go for it because you can't beat free. But my point is that if you are porting in, there's a variety of other phones available at Metro with much better specifications that you can also get for free. So despite some specifications not being the best out there with the Moto E6, I am still looking forward to its launch. I'm really excited to cover it on the channel here, and the reason for that is because Motorola really has been putting out some great handsets throughout the year. Recently, Metro picked up the Moto G7 Play and Moto G7 Power, and I definitely like those phones a lot, and I'm definitely a big fan of those devices. So what I'm really hoping is that the Moto E6 can deliver very good camera quality, because that's something that we've seen with the Moto G7 Power and Play, and I'm definitely interested to see a stock Android experience with the phone. Now at the moment, the phone is not available factory unlocked, but you can get it at Verizon. So Verizon was the first carrier to pick up the Moto E6, and then Metro being the second. Now I'm sure after I make this video, many other carriers are going to offer the Moto E6 as well, and I really hope there's going to be a factory unlocked version of the Moto E6 available too. But this is Kevin here. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you're planning on going out to get the Moto E6 on or after August 26th. Now another thing I want to throw in too is that sometimes Metro stores get the phone in early and they're actually generally allowed to sell the device as soon as they receive it. So it's possible that they might get some in stock maybe on the Friday before or during the weekend. So you might want to call up some of your local Metro by T-Mobile retail stores and dealers to see if they do have the phone in stock. But again, let me know what your plans are regarding the Moto E6. Are you going to skip it? Are you going to get it? I'd love to know. And stay tuned for my hands-on and first impressions video of the device. But have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.